guys. So I just had like a massive panic attack. Um, so sometimes when I have panic attacks, it's not like I'm short of breath or, like I said, sometimes my attacks can come as me being very agitated, and like today I've been really agitated, but I didn't know exactly what my problem was. And so, I was sitting here watching a movie with my mother-in-law, and like we were talking, and like I could feel myself becoming more and more agitated for like no fucking reason. And no, it's not my time of the month. So before somebody's like, maybe you PMSing, girl. No. Um, I haven't had one of these in probably a good 2 years. I hadn't had one of these since my band over bypass. And so let me explain to you what I go through. When I don't work on what's really bothering me, when I don't actively like talk about it, if I don't like go to therapy, which I haven't been able to go to therapy because he's still in Fairfield, and with Thanksgiving he was gone 2 weeks, and we haven't been able to line up a time. My mother-in-law is only available on Fridays, so I turn it off for a minute because I got a heating blanket, and I just got out of a super hot shower. So anyway, let me tell you. So when I don't have somebody to like really, I don't want to say fix, but when I don't have somebody who's got like answers like my therapist does, like he kind of sits down, he's like, okay, what's going on with you and how can we fix it? He's not like, oh, I'm sorry you feel that way, or he's not an echo box. Like, he sits down with me, and like I cry or I scream or I yell, or I just tell him I kind of verbal diarrhea at him. And I haven't had that in a hot fucking minute. And even though I talk to people, it's not the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have really amazing friends that take really good care of me, and like my mother-in-law takes it. That's something else I need to talk about real quick. Like, some of you think that my mother-in-law doesn't do anything. Like, she's not helping me and she's not being really awesome. Like, she does so much for me. She, in my eyes, she's a fucking angel. Like, I could not have asked for a better mother-in-law, and like I will tell you all about it. Like, she takes me to things I need to go to. We go grocery shopping together. We watch movies together. Like, her and I have a special kind of bond. She understands my depression because she is also bipolar. Um, do we clash? Sometimes. Everybody does. I don't think there's anybody who lives together does not, that doesn't have some kind of head button. So, but she's an absolute fucking lifesaver. Matthew would have been gone, and if she was still living with her daughter, like, I'd have to live by myself, and that's not a terrible thing. And I could manage to live by myself if forced to. It's not a necessity that I have to live with somebody to be okay. But I know me, and being alone 24 hours a day, like, it's not healthy for me. And everybody is different. So, people who are like, well, you need to learn to stand on your own and you need to be able to do this. I've been there, honey, and I have done that. I've had my own damn place. I've paid my own damn bills. I had my own damn job. Like, I've made money over the years, so I don't even want to hear that shit anymore. Like, I don't want to hear it. Like, that's the end of that shit. Like, I don't want to hear that no more. Like, I have been there. I have done that. I have left an abusive, horrible, horrible relationship. A terrible fucking relationship for me. Like, you have no idea what I went through with this relationship, and managed to go to school, get my associate's degree, pay my own bills, and everything else. So don't tell me that I don't know what it's like to be on my own. Like, you have no idea. I have literally been on my own since I left North Carolina. And I lived in Tennessee for half my life. So that should, well, not half, probably like 13-ish years. So, and then I was with this other person for a couple years, and it did not work out in any way, shape, or form. It was very bad for me. That relationship was terrible for me. We also had somebody else living in the house who treated me like shit. I mean, like literal, terrible, horrible person who mocked me and made fun of me all the time and would talk shit about me to the person, you know, I was involved with, and like, you know, just making me feel like trash. And I was making money online. So, you know, it wasn't that I wasn't pulling my weight or making money. It was just the simple fact that this relationship was bad for me. And the people who were in my life at that time, when I was my most vulnerable, were horrid to me. So, Matthew and his mother, this is the kindest and best relationships I have ever had in my entire life. In my entire life. Yuki. So I don't want you guys to think that she doesn't do. She cooks all the time. She picks up groceries. She helps me with the dogs. She takes me out to places that I need to go, like doctor appointments. She's going to be there right after surgery for me. She does a ton of shit for me. She probably does more for me than I do her. So that's a complete misconception, and if that's what you get from my vlogs, I feel bad, because that's not the truth. She is fucking awesome. She takes amazing care of me. Anyway, so sometimes my panic attacks can manifest when I don't want to deal with it, like me pushing myself too hard, me walking too much, I am one extreme or the other. Either I do absolutely nothing and I'm completely depressed, or I am manic and I'm ready to rule the fucking world and I don't want to stop. And then when I have those ups, it's called hypomania. When I have those ups, I don't deal with anything. And I started having that when Matthew left and I went and visited my friends, because I didn't want to be a sad sack the entire time. And I didn't want to be miserable the entire time when Matthew would call me. So, you know, I forced myself to be up for him and for me. I didn't want to be depressed. So when I came home, I crashed, of course, but it didn't last long enough. And I didn't really deal with any of the issues that I'm having. And yeah, I'm like super fucking emotional tonight. Like, just, I've had it. Food is a drug. It is a fucking drug. I would rather eat to make myself feel better than to use opioids. I would rather be eating chocolate, gummy bears, cake, cookie, anything, ice cream, whatever. I would rather eat that than to take my pain medicine because I don't feel good. Because that honestly makes my brain feel better. It hits all those pleasure spots. It is like fucking heroin. And you can't get away from it. Like, you know, people are like, oh, but, you know, you can choose this, you can choose that. That is like having somebody carry around a fifth of vodka that is open, or a martini all day long, and they're a fucking alcoholic and that's their favorite thing in the world. Sugar addiction is one of the hardest things in the world to get rid of. And I don't know how people fucking do it. And if there was a way that, you know, I could figure it out and I would do it on my own, believe me, I have tried. And I feel like a constant failure. I feel like if I have a piece of candy, or if I have a handful of gummy bears, or if I have, you know, a piece of cake at a party or something like that, or if I have this or that, that I'm failing myself. And that takes a toll on me, because after I've had those things, those feelings and everything that I'm trying to eat down and come back, and I'm in a lot of fucking pain. Mentally and emotionally, I'm in a lot of fucking pain, and I don't like to come on here and be like, yes, I did this and that and this, and I'm hurting, and it's awful, it's the worst thing ever. And when I wake up, like, I can barely move. And when I'm trying to get down the stairs, like, I sit down and try to scoot down them. Like, I don't want to tell people that, because even though you guys know that I have issues with my back and my hip, there is that part of me where I'm like, some people have it so much worse. So what the fuck am I crying about? What is my deal? What is my issue? You know, some people, like, are in wheelchairs. Some people have MS. Some people have, you know, Lou Gehrig's disease. Some people have shit that's not curable. They don't need just a hip replacement. They don't need just to lose weight. These people have, honest to God, horrible diseases, and here I sit like, well, I don't feel good, and I hurt, and it's miserable, and I'm like, why, you big fucking baby? And I am trying really hard not to think about the war. It steals my breath from my lungs. I'm trying not to look at the news. I'm trying not to talk to people about it. I'm trying not to, you know, ask too many fucking questions, because I'll lose my shit. Having my husband in danger. And there's nothing I can do about it, and there's no way I can get to him at the moment. So when I see him on Skype, I don't talk about, you know, what can happen. And he doesn't talk about that stuff with me, because he doesn't want to scare me. This is hard. But people have it worse. So when I don't deal with shit like this, when I do the one extreme or the other, when I don't actually work on whatever's bothering me, I have different kind of panic attacks, where I start shaking and my hands go numb and my lips turn blue and my fingernails turn blue and I can't feel my toes, and I'm just shivering as hard as fucking possible until my neck and my head is like busting. And really the only thing that makes it better is for me to go take a hot shower and then know that I have to deal with this. I have to deal with it. I have to. I don't feel like an inspiration. I don't feel like, you know, that I've come all that fucking far because I still do this, because I can't control myself. So, you know, I get weighed on the 14th, and I have done everything I possibly can to stay away from everything. I have had cheese today. I've had just meat. I've had, you know, a shake. Excuse me, vegetables. Excuse me. I've had more water than I care to tell you. And I need to talk to somebody about it. And I hate to unload it on somebody. I hate to unload this, and I never want to unload this on my husband. That is not fair. That is, to me, that's not okay right now, because he has so much he has to deal with. The last thing he needs is me to add on to it. It's not like when he was here and, you know, I could tell him all the things that were wrong and he could just hold me and it would make things okay and we could talk about it. It is completely different. I cannot do that. I will not do that to him. In January will be 2 months. 2 months. Which means that he only has 12 more to go after that. So yeah, I'm having panic attacks. And yeah, I'm scared about my surgery because my husband won't be there. And yeah, I'm still going through with it. And yeah, I still believe this is the right choice for me. But it's still hard. It's still hard for me to deal with. It's still rough on me to just try to keep my shit together day after day after day after day after day, and push and push and push and push and push until finally, like, my body's like, no more, no more, Nirvana, no more. And today was that day. Like, I've hurt all day long. I've had a headache all day long, and then I've been agitated, and then it's just like that. Like, I started shaking violently, and like everything turned blue, and I was feeling really sick, and I went and took, obviously, a hot shower, and I feel better, but none of this is easy. Life is not easy for anybody. I don't know anybody who's got all their shit together. And I feel bad for every military wife that has to go through anything like this. You don't know what it's like until you've had to live it. You can't understand what it's like until you have to go through it. And then you have to figure out what the hell you're going to do. I appreciate you guys talking to me and talking me off the ledge, so to speak. I was hoping to avoid all of this, but I couldn't avoid it anymore. Matthew's doing okay. It is very cold there. Again, my mother-in-law is amazing to me. She does more for me than you guys could even imagine. You know, she doesn't like to be on camera when she's not made up. Like, she's just like Matthew, that they don't really want to be on camera that much. So instead of her being, you know, like me, who's got a camera in my face, that's not what she likes to do. So you guys only get little snippets and little pieces here and there, like me opening up her ice cream. She wasn't offering it to me. I don't even like that kind of ice cream. So I mean, that wasn't a big deal for me. You know what I'm saying? And she buys plenty of vegetables, and, you know, she makes stir fries, and she tries to do the very best she can. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate her being in my life, and being my friend, and being my mother-in-law, and birthing the most beautiful human being that God has ever created, which is my beautiful gift, Matthew. I pushed myself yesterday, and that's okay. I don't mind pushing myself, but when I crash, I crash. And today my body was like, you must deal with this now before you end up in the ER with a stroke or God knows what. Like, you need to deal with this now, because I have gotten rid of all the sugar. So I cannot eat myself better. I cannot make myself feel better in any way, shape, or form unless I fucking talk about it. And you guys are like my best friends. You're like my family to me. And some of you have been here a long fucking time, and I really appreciate it. You guys have seen the good, the bad, and the ugly with me, and you don't know what that means to me. So I'm going to end the vlog here. It's been 20 damn minutes of me crying and rambling. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Monday. I hope I didn't make anybody upset or cry. I love you. And that's my, I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. My actual ringtone is Reign of the Castamere from Lord. Well, this is Lord of the Rings, but shh, 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 quiet, you, quiet, shh. Reign of the Castamere for my actual telephone when somebody random calls me, so that's always fun. So I love you, beautiful, gorgeous, amazing faces. I really hope, again, everybody's having a wonderful Monday. I'm pretty sure I already damn near said that. And I will talk at you again, hopefully in a much better mood tomorrow.